Good afternoon. The law of being, the law of knowing. It's one of those things that's a little tricky because even as I'm making this video, my mind is showing me ways to procrastinate. It has shown me ways to not show up as this version of myself to what they call like the quantum leap into that version of ourselves that we desire to be. And right away, the phone rings, something happens, I'm ready to go live, and I look at my nails and I'm like, wait a minute, you can't go live? Your nails are disgusting. Like, you didn't do them. They're chipping. You were doing dishes. Like, you have so much laundry to do. Like, what are you doing? Why would you even pick to go live now? Like, how stupid. What's wrong with you? All of these things, we can psych ourselves up to do these things, to step into this version of ourselves that we know we want to be. I'm fucking miserable without doing this. Like, if I don't do this, I'm going to be miserable. And I know that. I can't see myself doing what I've been doing for the rest of my life. I just can't, because I'm too much of a free thinker, and I love to talk, and I love to talk to people, and I love to engage with people, and I love to talk about things about, spirituality and stepping into these versions and being, this embodied version of the God I amness. And yet there is this sneaky part that is like, you're not ready. You need to learn more. You need to do more. You need to read more. You need to dive more into scripture. You need to take your nail polish off. You need to, whatever it is that we feel like we need to do that's going to literally stop us from stepping into that version. And I'm reading, of course I read all the time. I love to read. I don't love to read bullshit books. I'm not into the romance novels and all that. I'm sorry, for those of you who are, God bless you. But I am more into mindset. So for me, this is what I like. You become what you're aware of, and whatever you put your mind to is what you start to manifest around you, because as within, so without, right? As we learn to hone those skills inside of us, then we can start to see the results and the fruits of that labor manifesting outward. And if you don't believe me, read Joseph Murphy. If you don't, believe in Joseph Murphy, read Florence Scovel Shinn. If you don't believe her, read Neville Goddard. If you don't believe Neville Goddard, how about we go to the mother of all sources, as I just dropped all the books. See? This is what it does. This is like the funny game of manifestation, of stepping into the version that you desire to be. Things are going to go fucking sideways, and it's funny. Just laugh at it. Don't make it mean anything. Whatever we put our awareness on, we can choose on the 3D to give it that meaning. So okay, the F fell. Okay, my nails weren't done. Okay, who fucking cares? Keep showing up. Keep showing up, Jennifer. Keep showing up, Melissa, Joan, Andrea, Lisa, whoever. Keep showing up as that version of you that you desire to be, whether you're an artist or who you want to be, a public speaker, a coach, a musician. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. But so if you want to go to the mother of all books, then this is it. This is the father and the mother, the Holy Bible of all books. The scripture is really just a deep dive. It's like a metaphysical mind tool, the best one there is, to understand the I am and the power of I am. Because whatever we attach the words I am to is what begins to show up in our lives. And so did you ever say oh my God, I am scared. I'm nervous to do this. I'm scared. Well, what happens? You start to invoke feelings of I am scared, and then it becomes more and more difficult to do the task at hand, right? I am anxious. I am anxious. I am anxious. You know, what happens? All of a sudden, anxiety starts to build in our body. You know, we feel it in our chest, and it starts to really kind of play off of the words that we give it. But anyway, as a mosaic manifestation coach, my goal is to step into my highest version of knowing who the fuck I am and what I came here to do, which is to use the power of my voice, the power of my words, and the power of my authentic being to help others step into their greatness, to encourage, really encourage and empower. That's what I'm about. Like, I realize that that's my fucking superpower, is to help encourage you, to help empower you, to give you that push, that cosmic, you know, little nudge, that extra love to, you know, show that support, because it's so important to feel like we are being seen and heard, even though when we're manifesting, it's not important to be seen and heard. When we see and hear ourselves, then we don't need that. But sometimes, you know, we want extra support. So there's kind of it's a fine line, but this is all about empowering yourself and coming to the point of knowing who you are and stepping into that version. And so, like I said, I was going to procrastinate putting this up for, I don't know, maybe the next hour. I had been coming up with excuses. I went outside. I was going to video outside, and I'm like, oh, it's too cold. Go inside. Then the phone rang. Then all of these things happened. But don't let it distract you. You know, keep knowing who the fuck you are. Know who you are. Okay? It's the law of knowing, and the law of being, and the law of assumption. That when we assume something about ourselves, it has to come to pass at some point in time. It just has to. It has to manifest in the 3D. And the 3D is like the lagging effect. It can happen now, but it can also happen and take a little time, which is why they say when things, you know, like a parking spot, I can say, oh, I want that parking spot. When I pull into work, I'm going to get that parking spot close to work. Or when I go shopping, I'm going to get a parking spot close to, you know, to wherever it is I need to go shopping, and boom, you know, or you are like, oh, I am going to, you know, I want to see a purple car. Okay. When you say at some point, I'm going to see a purple car. Boom. You know, why does that happen? You know, it happens because there's no emotional attachment or no identity to that thing. So when we're not connected and we're not enmeshed in wanting or needing that to happen, the universe is just like, bam, you know? So it's not, yes, we call it miracles, but it's actually our minds. It's what we're looking to, which is why when people say, oh my God, I saw angel number, I keep seeing angel number 777 or 333, you know, every time 111. It's because we're putting that field of awareness there, and we're drawing that to us because we are manifestors. You know, we're not co-creators, even though it seems that way. We're just stepping into the version of that person or that thing or that situation. And so one of the things that, you know, is important for me is to be able to keep stepping into this version of me so that I can help others step into their version of them. So it's kind of like, you know, you don't have to have it all figured out. You know, I don't have to have it figured out. We're not supposed to have it figured out. We're just supposed to take that leap and then help others. Take that leap and then help others take that leap and be a shining example of that. And I really feel like that's the best way for us to be able to really encourage and motivate each other. So if you're skeptical, if you're scared, if you're nervous, if you're anxious about doing that thing and your mind keeps telling you the million reasons why you shouldn't do it or can't do it, even if you just take one step closer to it, just one, just become the person who can do it. Meaning, you close your fucking eyes and you say, I am all that I am. I have everything I need. I am everything that I desire. It is already here. It is already here for me. I just need to take the inspired action steps to move me in that direction, and then do it. Don't fucking hesitate. Don't wait. And even if you do wait, it's okay, but try to take that next actionable step, because this is how they call, what we call quantum leap. This is how we leap into that next version of who we're meant to be, and the dreams that we desire to actually come to fruition is doing it, embodying that, knowing that's who we are and that's what we want to do, the artist, the painter, the talker, the speaker, and then taking that action towards it, brave and bold and brilliant. Mosaics are not, we're not broken. Mosaics are just pieces of different things, that we are able to put together to create something new and something beautiful. What is that? It doesn't have to be broken. You're not broken. We're never broken. We're whole and complete. We just think we're not. We think we are somehow flawed, and that we need to do all this work on ourselves to figure everything out before we can have, be, or do whatever it is that our hearts truly desire. And that's not the case. We have to learn that we are beautiful and brilliant, and everybody's different, which is why everybody's perception is different when it comes to many things. And that's why I love the representation of mosaic, because every person has their own unique, way of expressing themselves. And we can all do that, and we can all help each other to do that. But we have to be the ones to do it first. And then we can show other people how to do it along the way. And how do we do that? I am. It's the power of I am. Whenever we attach I am is who we ultimately become. So if you're going to start saying, I am, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I don't know if I can do this. Well, guess what? The universe is going to reflect all of that, because the universe is a universe that wants to give you whatever it is that you desire. And even though that doesn't sound like you're speaking a desire, you are. You're speaking a desire by saying, I am scared and I'm afraid and I don't know if I can do this. So the universe says, okay, she's scared. Here you go. Here's more scared. Oh, she's afraid. She's nervous. She doesn't know if she can do it. Okay, here's nervous. Here's scared. Here's afraid. Here's not knowing if you can do it. And it took me a long time to realize this game, and to even still, like, again, a few minutes ago, being afraid to jump on here because I was like, oh, maybe I should wait. Oh, I don't know if it's the right time. Oh, maybe I'll do it later. No, fuck that. You have to just nip it in the bud. And we have to learn, okay, the only way to get to being that version is to embody what would that person do? How would she think? How would she act? How would she speak? We can visualize all fucking day, but until we actually do something, then, it just becomes visualization, a beautiful little fantasy, mental masturbation. It's like, you're stroking yourself to figure out, oh, that feels so good. And it's like, okay, but now what? Now what are we going to do about that? Now, okay, it may not feel so good to actually take the steps to do what we are fantasizing that we may do, or maybe you will. Maybe you're going to go paint and you're going to be like, holy fuck, like this is so much fun and I haven't painted in so long. This is great, but then you want to like figure out how you can monetize on it, right? Put a little digital program up and start selling your artwork, and then you start freaking out because you're like, oh, people aren't going to buy it. I don't know if I'm worth it. I don't know if it's good enough. Am I good enough? Is it good enough? Will people like it? Will people like me? All of these thoughts are what we have to now stop and cut off, literally, chop and kill the old. Let the old die. Let the dead bury the dead and become a new version. Because there's only now. There's no tomorrow. There's no 5 minutes from now. There's no 5 minutes ago that passed. It's this moment. It's now. It's now. It's now. What time is it? I know Bashar, I was watching one of his videos. And he's like, when you're thinking about the future, when are you thinking about it? Now. If you're thinking about something that happened a few weeks ago, or a year ago, or 5 years ago, when are you actually thinking about it? Now. So it's, this now is a beautiful, the power of this moment, the power of now, and the power of I am together. It is like, it gives us a really, really beautiful opportunity to start over. You can hit that restart button at any fucking time. Boop, restart, restart, restart. You don't like it? Restart. Let the past go. Stop bringing up shit from the past. Stop trying to focus on the future and all of it. This is the moment. And then we also have to act on that. So be the version of yourself that you want to be, and then do the actionable steps that person would do in order to be that person. So it kind of like works hand in hand. So you have to be it, you have to feel it, embody it, but then also take the steps that work, that coincide with that. So that's my little rant. So glad that I did this. I feel so much better because I know that this is my gift and this is my calling, and this is the only way that I know I'm going to be able to feel like that I can contribute because it's what I want to do. It's my heart's desire. And if I neglect that, then I'm not living my true purpose and I'm not being authentic to myself, and I'll never be happy. And I'm here to tell you the same thing. If you don't live your true purpose, if you don't, live your most authentic life the way you desire it to, because no one else can do it for you, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be absolutely fucking miserable. So embody, take the actionable steps, and be consistent. And that's what I'm here to do. And for any of you who want to do it with me, let's go. Let's do this together. Let's have some fun. Let's manifest. Let's create magic. Let's figure out plans on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And boom, let's fucking do it. So I am very grateful. And I hope you have an amazing day. No, we're not using hope anymore. Right. Hope is not a good word. Hope is actually, I don't know. Every time I use that word hope, I always feel like, ugh, I don't feel good about it. So we're going to just say everybody's going to have a beautiful and blessed day. And you will be seeing a lot more of me because this is what I'm meant to do. And I'm not going to let this little ego of mine stop me. Okay? I'm going to tell this ego, nope. I got this now. You're going to work for me. The subconscious mind, ego, is going to work for me. You're going to bow to me, to the I am greatness, because there's nothing I really need to do, per se, when we stay in this beautiful moment of now and we accept all that is. The moment is absolutely, perfect, right? No matter how imperfect it is, no matter how bad it is, no matter how bad we feel, no matter how good we feel, the moment is what the moment is. And it's only what we give meaning to that makes it good or bad. So let's just keep moving and let's keep growing and let's figure out how to create the lives that we were meant to create. We're beautiful mosaics. We are brilliant, not broken. Brilliant, not broken, baby. Let's go.